Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're having a good morning. So I've got some serious catching up to do, don't I? I have been gone the last few days because I had a nasty earache headache situation that was just keeping me in bed. But I've got some stuff to catch on up with Foodie Beauty. And I looked at all this stuff that's been going on. I figured, well, the best way to do it is to do it in pieces. That's the only way I'm going to be able to catch up is just do it in pieces. So what are we starting out with? Well, I'm doing all the Twitter peeps to catch up with the Twitter peeps because the live streams that Foodie's been doing are quite long. Although there are a lot of dead air parts in those lives, there's still some stuff of interest, but I don't want to make the recaps too long. So just split everything up into pieces, and that way I can catch it all up for you guys. So, how are you guys doing? I've been watching through Kristen on Twitter and also Orange Cat on YouTube to keep up with all the shenanigans. Looks like Foodie got her scooter, didn't she? Yes, she did. And she also got her laptop. A lot of people were wondering, where is she getting all the money for all of these things? Because normally Kick doesn't pay out that fast, and TikTok, yes, she's been getting gifts on TikTok, but can't be that many gifts, right? Where's all this money coming from? Well, I got my theories. The biggest theory is I think that she's doing private requests behind the scenes with the feedies. I think she's got some feedies in her pocket. I think that they are helping her out. Could be other things as well, but time will tell. Honestly, I'm waiting until the first of the month to see how things go because that's going to be really the determining point of will she pay her rent or won't she? I think that she's making more money behind the scenes than she's letting on, though. But her working on Kick and her being on TikTok, to me, it feels like a distraction of look over here, don't look over there. While you guys are so focused on what I'm doing on Kick and what I'm doing on TikTok, you're not thinking about what else I might be doing behind the scenes. So that's just my theory. But we've got a lot of Twitter peeps to go over. I've been collecting stuff all over the place. So tell y'all what, how about we just get into it? You guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps, and I would like to give full credit and thanks to all the wonderful people on Twitter for posting all of the peeps and all the tweets. Let me just go ahead and share the screen with y'all. All right, so for those of you that are on Twitter, that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, that's why I bring the peeps to y'all. So you don't have to go on the Bird app and find them. I'll just bring them here and put them all in a video. Okay, so let's start here with a post from Debbie's World saying the shape is very identifiable. I asked AI what mammal does this look like? So what did AI say? The analysis was based on the silhouette and posture in the image. Many people often compare this specific shape to a walrus or a manatee. Y'all are doing manatees so dirty. I used to live in Florida and there were manatees all over the place. Manatees are also called sea cows. They're very gentle creatures, very gentle. Speaking of manatees, y'all, did you know that manatees are protected and you are not allowed to pet a manatee? You cannot put your hands on a manatee because they are protected, but manatees are awesome. And you're going to compare this to a manatee. Y'all are doing manatees dirty. Quit that. But there she is at the store on the scooter. And I must say, I was watching the footage last night, courtesy of Orange Cat. I was absolutely shocked that that scooter ran as well as it did. I mean, we've seen Chantal at the stores with the Walmart scooters, and those things don't even last 15 minutes. And she ran that thing all around. She went to the store, she went to Walmart, she went to the mall on that scooter. How in the world? And that scooter is not even that expensive. Maybe it's because it's a brand new battery on it. Maybe. But yeah, there she is on the scooter. It's she's far too big for that scooter. That weight limit on that scooter is about 300 pounds. And she even kind of told on herself and said that she's like 100 pounds plus over that. So who knows? Who knows if that scooter is going to last? Maybe it's because the battery's new, but she also talked about getting a refund on that scooter. Chantal, you shouldn't be getting a refund. You should have read the listing. The listing said max 300 pounds. If you know that you're 400 plus, you can't get a refund on the scooter if you are deliberately wearing out the battery. Miss Morris Reed says, is this really the resume of Foodie Beauty? Girl is out of her mind. So is this her resume? So this is her resume, y'all. Chantal Marie Sereau, digital content creator, YouTube personality, live stream host. Professional summary: high visibility digital content creator with extensive experience in live streaming, audience engagement, and online brand development, known for building and sustaining a large global audience through long form video, live broadcast, and social media interaction, skilled in real time content delivery, platform monetization, and community management. Before we even read any more, let me just tell you what's going on here. This is what's known as fluffing up a resume. That's what she's doing. She's fluffing up her resume. This is what you do when you don't have any like serious information you can put on a resume. You're fluffing it up with pretty words. Okay, but let's go forward. Core skills: live stream hosting and audience engagement, YouTube content creation, on-camera presentation, social media monetization, community building and moderation, brand awareness and viewer retention, real life communication, independent content production. We got another page. Professional experience: YouTube content creator, Foodie Beauty, independent, 2016 present. Created and managed a high traffic YouTube channel with tens of thousands of subscribers. Produced daily and long form live stream content focused on lifestyle, food, and personal commentary. Engaged live audiences for extended broadcast sessions, responding to real time chat interaction. Okay, this is her resume, but if, say, she were going to get a regular job, how would any of this count towards a regular job? I mean, this might mean something if, say, she were, I don't know, sending her resume to a talk show. This might mean something, but how would this play into like a regular job? I don't know. I don't really see how. Let's keep going though. Monetize content through ads, memberships, and viewer contributions. So she's claiming content for just pushing a few buttons and setting up her settings on YouTube. Okay. Manage channel operations, including scheduling, moderation, and audience retention strategies. Built a recognizable online brand with strong viewer loyalty and engagement. Oh yeah, because you lied to your beezers. Platforms: YouTube, primary platform, community post and live stream chat, secondary social platforms, varied use. Oh, we got another page? Dang. Notable achievements: sustained multi-year presence as a full-time online creator, demonstrated ability to maintain audience engagement during extended live streams, developed a recognizable personal brand within the digital entertainment space. What was her brand? What was her brand? You know, when I think of brand, I think of something that you can market. Her brand was not marketable. She had 100K plus channel, and yet no company wanted to work with her. She had no sponsorships, but okay, Foodie. Education, high school diploma. Again, this is how you fluff up your resume. This is all fluff, all of it. When you don't have much to put on it, you hire somebody or you go to Chat GPT and say, can you fluff this up for me? And they do. All right. So Debbie's World says she speaks the truth. This is an older clip, but let's listen.
Well, sometimes I lie to mislead the public. I do, yes. And I feel like I will continue. You lie to Beezers. How? Things I lie about are not important, and Beezers would not give a shit about. Like if I have a dishwasher or not. Did I lie about my accommodation? Where? Here? Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make that into like something for my channel. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this because rule number 1, she don't tell lies. When I do live streams, I'm going to include this in with my live streams because I just want to remind everybody that she's a liar. She will lie about anything, everything. She lies about things she doesn't have to lie about. I'm gonna basically clip that. But thank you for posting that, Debbie's World. Eyelashes. I'm gonna need Foodie Beauty to bring back the abaya. So here's Foodie at home. Can I say something about this clip before we even listen? And this is just my opinion. You know what I think? I think Foodie has some very interesting clients that she caters to. Very interesting. Clients that want her to infantize herself. And Foodie does the most to cater to those people. I mean, she's wearing the hoodie. She looks like a gigantic toddler. And when she sits on the scooter, what does she look like to me? She looks like a toddler sitting on a tricycle. And that might be where she's getting a lot of her money, is catering to certain kinds of people. But let's watch the clip.
Too bad, BG. I need a life, BG.
See, and we're doing the baby voice. Where'd that come from?
Whoa. Ooh. A short fat girl in a little coat. All right.
And for the record, y'all, just so you guys know, what she just did could also be considered playing up to somebody's fetish. Because there's a type of feeder called a gainer. And what do gainers like? They like for those who cater to their fetish to wear clothing that is entirely too small for them, because it shows that they're gaining weight. So Foodie doesn't like to show off her body. Now all of a sudden she's showing it off, and she's wearing her hoodie, and she's making a point to, make it look like it's too tight, it's too small. Although it is too tight and too small. But there's a reason for the things that she does. When she suddenly decides she wants to show off her body or wear clothing that is too tight, she's probably catering to somebody.
This cottage cheese, I'm sorry, but when I get the ick for stuff, you can just forget right about it.
Okay, let's move it along. Sassy Cat says Foodie Beauty asked her chat if they get annoyed by her speaking English and Arabic. Says she can't help it because she lived in the Middle East for 3 years. There are a lot of people on YouTube who have spent a lot of time in the Middle East and can control their urge to speak Arabic. Must be the funkalitis. She only knows 5 words, though. It shouldn't be that hard to just, not speak Arabic if you only know 5 words. Again, Foodie does things with purpose. If not to cater to, say, some kind of client that might be in her audience, she's doing it to tick people off. She knows it annoys people. She's around the community. She's on Twitter. She even, I'm sure, lurks in some of the chats under a stock account. And she watches the comments. She listens. And the more we tell her not to do something, the more she's going to do it because she's trying to elicit rage, y'all. That's the foodie way. Making money off of people being angry. Okay, here we go from Kristen. This is a clip from Foodie. She's at the store in her scooter. Okay, what is this?
Oh, we'll come back for that. Oh, there's a mirror. I can see what I look like on the scooter. Oh my gosh. Here we go. I'm going to get motivation for dieting, that's for sure. Why is my butt like that?
There we go. And there she is. There she is on the scooter.
What's wrong with my ass? It's like I have two. Like here and then here. You think I can work out? Oh, come on. Look at when I go like this.
And I'll tell y'all what, if she isn't 500 pounds, I will eat Natter's cooking and his hat. Girl, you over 500. Don't stop lying.
When I suck it in. I'm so dainty.
Okay, let's keep moving. Yup says, so is Foodie Beauty is doing your worst thing? She's practically begging to be reported. She'll never learn. Well, we'll check that out later. Because I did see clips of Foodie on Kick and she was not in the best mood. She was being nasty again. I'll look for that and I'll review that later. Debbie's World says, Foodie Beauty, I'll just leave this here.
I'd rather give blowjobs for a living than like work at a cash register. Listen, I'm sorry, but I can't. I don't care about people. Like, I don't like when people complain about stupid things. I have trouble being nice. Like, I got in trouble for that.
And you beezers think that she actually cares about you. She just says she doesn't really care about people. She doesn't care. She does not care. And Foodie does not want to get a regular job. She'd rather do everything but get a regular job. Okay, Dumb Not Dumber says, AI can't lie. Photo credit at Chicken Girl. I guess that's Chicken Pickle? Is that Chicken? No, that's Heckin' okay. Okay, that's Hectic Llama. Sorry. So, what we'll be looking at here. Dumb Not Dumber says, at Grok, if that is Foodie who's 5'1", she's actually 5 feet tall. How much do you think she weighs in this picture? Grok says, estimating weight from an image alone is unreliable without measurements. If this is Foodie Beauty at 5'1", recent sources suggest she's fluctuated between 350 to 450 pounds, with some estimates up to 500 plus based on 2024-2026 discussions, and BMI calculates around 82. Approximately 435 pounds. Best guess, 420 to 450 pounds. The interesting thing is, Chantal was on TikTok telling a guy she weighed 425 pounds. I still think it's a low estimate, though. I think she's over 500. But where's the picture? Here's the picture. Girl. You keep going, you're going to be bedbound. Kristen says, Foodie Beauty is such a miserable person. Yeah, she was not being nice. She went to the mall and she was not being nice. Let's listen.
Why is there somebody sitting beside me? Yanni, what the fuck? Son of a bitch. Oh, the fucking thief's here. Stupid shit.
How dare somebody sit next to Foodie? Who do you think you are sitting in a public space? Whoever you are, stranger. How dare you sit next to our Foodie? Don't you know that she rules the food court?
Shit. Oh, he just wants to charge us stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so she immediately got mad because somebody sat next to her and she's like, how dare he sit next to me? Why would you do that? And then she calms down. when she realizes, oh, he just wanted to charge up his phone. My bad. Yeah, you're bad, Foodie.
I don't want to sit beside someone. Jesus Christ. I hate this mall. I hate this food court.
You know, Foodie, the mall would be a lot easier and probably a lot more fun if you didn't insist on riding the scooter to the mall. You're like, I hate this place. Then don't go.
Can't even get a sandwich. I guess I got to go on the scooter. Because if you leave it behind, he was looking at it. Like he was looking right at me for a reason.
You know what? How rude of you. You were assuming that he was looking at you and looking at your scooter, like looking for some opportunity to steal from you. He was probably looking at you for a different reason. Like, what in the world is she doing on that scooter? Trying to figure all of it out.
I'm not accusing, but
you are accusing. You're accusing a stranger who just wanted to sit down at a table and probably charge up his phone that he might be a potential thief when nothing on your scooter was touched. All he wanted to do is just charge up his phone, and you're kind of pointing a finger in his direction.
And this lady is making falafel. She doesn't want my business, so I'm not in the mood.
Wow. Look, I haven't seen that footage yet. I haven't seen the mall footage yet to see what was going on. She's making a claim that somebody did not want her business. But since I have worked in food service before, maybe, I don't know exactly what time of the day she went to the mall. Maybe they weren't open and they could not serve her falafel. Maybe they were closing up. I don't know. But normally, when it's operating hours, you want to sell somebody something. Maybe they were shut down to clean something up. They don't want my business. Maybe they were just doing things and couldn't sell you something, Foodie. Get over yourself. Okay. Now, this is funny from Joker King saying, how do you get free-range turkeys to behave? Treat them and talk to them like they're teenagers, of course. So this gentleman has free-range turkeys on his property, and I guess they know who the boss is. And so he's talking to them like teenagers to get them to behave.
People ask me, how do I let my turkeys free roam? Well, the secret to it is talking to them like teenagers. Get your asses back in this yard. Uh-huh. Gone. Go back over there. Yeah, I don't want to hear no back talking sass. Go. Gone. I'm tired of it. Uh-huh. Yeah, y'all done got caught. Get your butts back in the yard. Keep it up. Keep it up. You puff up if you want to, buddy.
And the chicken's like, y'all better go clean your rooms. You got caught outside the yard. All right. Foodie Scooty says, not Foodie Beauty going full mall Karen today, accusing a man of wanting to steal her scooter because he looked at her. Mad the falafel lady was making falafel instead of worshiping her. Then offended that workers dared clean the food court while she ate. Miserable. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. If that's their job to clean the food court, then they got to clean the food court. I guess they were just supposed to wait until Foodie left. Enigma 2025 says, does she do these things so people will talk about her? It's as if she's doing it purposely, as she looks directly into her camera to see if it had captured her missing her mouth. Eyelash says Foodie Beauty can't tilt her head to drink the water. Mobility. Let's watch the clip.
Monday morning.
Y'all can't tell me that isn't for fetish people. Her looking directly into the camera. She's got a water bottle that looks like a baby bottle, looking directly into the camera. She did that for somebody. Somebody paid her to do that. Somebody paid for that. She's doing that adult baby stuff on YouTube. Disgusting. Chantal, if you're gonna do it, take it off of YouTube. Why do your fetish guys insist you do stuff on YouTube or Kick? Why does it have to be on a public platform available to all? Go on an adult-only forum and do that crap. Or do some kind of private video for the person. Why does it have to be in a public place and put on a public platform like Kick? You can tilt your head back to drink water. I've seen you do it. When you laugh, you throw your head all the way back. Now all of a sudden you can't throw your head back. You're going to like off to the side like that. Girl, come on.
What do you mean, Casinta? The parking lot at Walmart looks icy, though. There's a little bit of snow shway, but not much.
Yeah, but that... Look, I don't know who you're catering to, Chantal. Tell them to take it offline, please. Thank you. And in other news, Boho Chic says she lost 1,000 bot subs. Well, to me, this feels like, YouTube is doing its cleanup. They're cleaning up all the bot subs. Although, honestly, guys, it doesn't matter. She doesn't really go on YouTube as much. She's on Kick. I don't know if she's going to come back to YouTube, honestly. I mean, that's the feeling that I'm getting. I don't think she wants back on YouTube because YouTube has a lot of rules and she knows that they're eyeballing her. I think she'll stay on Kick. She knows that her beezers would prefer her be on YouTube, but I don't think she's comfortable anymore on YouTube. Too many rules, too many things that she can't do. She can do more things on Kick. I don't think she's coming back and getting her monetization. I don't know if she can. Enigma 2025 says, if she wants to do battles with other streamers on TikTok, that won't be enough. It will be very slow. That is very basic computer, not for streaming in 4K to do what she wants. She needs one with 32 gigabytes or more. That's just the RAM. Fat Cow says, buying something for $600 that probably won't work instead of buying something for $1,700 that will work isn't saving $1,100. It's wasting $600 on something you can't use. Agreed with you, Enigma. When it comes to something like streaming, you need better than average. The computer that Chantal got, the laptop that she got, that's just basically for checking emails and doing things that don't require a whole lot of juice. When you do things that are artistic or you do streaming, you need better than average. Better than average graphics, processors, processing speed. How much RAM did she get in the computer? Like 4 gigabytes? That's not enough, especially if she's streaming on multiple platforms. And also, I'm going to keep an eye out to see if Natter ends up with that laptop, because it just seems weird to me. She didn't care about a laptop before. The last time she got a laptop, she gave it to a guy. So did she get the laptop for herself or did she get it for somebody else? Here's a theory of mine, though. I think she might have gotten the laptop because she might be creating special content. And that's what the laptop is for. If she's got certain clients and they're asking for certain kinds of content, it'd be easier for her to film and send the content through a laptop than her phone. Might be a lot faster. So maybe that's why she got the laptop. I guess we'll figure it out later, but Fat Cow is exactly right. If you're buying a low-end computer with not a lot of memory, and if you're trying to do something like, say, streaming, you need more than just basic. You need more gigabytes, you need more RAM, you need more space, because the computer needs a certain amount of open, not used space in order to work better. I love this post from Raised Dactylion saying Foodie definitely weighs less now than she did in the Villa days. So this picture, this is Foodie back at the Canadian Villa. This was when she was like close to 400 pounds or at 400 pounds. So take a good look at that picture. This was when she could buy things off of Torrid. All right, so just keep that picture in mind compared to that. That's the Foodie now. So is this the same as this? I don't think so. I really don't think so. That compared to that. Not the same, Foodie. Not the same. And somebody had a very interesting theory about why she bought 2 scales. She bought one scale for, doing a fake weigh-in. And the other scale is for her feeties, so she can tell them her true weight. That might be the reason why she got 2 scales. Aliyah Sultana says Salah asked her daily if she's seen a doctor for her issues, but now she canceled the appointment, which is hard to get in Canada, by the way. People wait very long to be seen by a doctor, and she screws it up. Did she actually make the appointment, though? Something tells me she really didn't make the appointment. And maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing she didn't go. Because let's just imagine if Foodie went to the doctor. Would she listen to anything that the doctor had to tell her? No. If he told her, you need to lose weight, you need to eat healthy, you need to cut out the carbs, is she going to listen? No. The only reason that Foodie would go to a doctor, it's a doctor's shop, looking for pills, looking for medications. But anything the doctor would tell her, she would virtually ignore. If she went to a doctor and she got a whole bunch of tests and the doctor said, yeah, your health is very, very bad right now, Chantal. Here are the list of things that are wrong with you. Would she care? No. She would just go, okay, thanks, bye. She wouldn't do anything to improve her health or make herself better. So maybe it's good that she doesn't go. Ice-T says, my doggy doesn't like Foodie Beauty. Good puppers. Animals can sense bad people even through a TV screen. Ice-T, I support your dog. That dog knows what's up. Enigma 2025 says most people who don't understand how important RAM is often buy computers with a low amount of RAM thinking they're saving. RAM is everything with how your computer functions. She will find out when she tries to go live. Yep. Y'all, she'll figure it out. But again, I don't know if she bought the computer for herself or somebody else or what she's using it for. She could be just using it to make videos, say, and send them to people. I don't know. It all depends on what you're using it for and how intense the operations have to be. Enigma 2025 says payday loans Danny Wise says, so where did Chantal go yesterday that gave her $1,200? In the space of less than 24 hours, she bought a $600 scooter and a $600 laptop, plus paid for Uber to Best Buy and back. WTAF is going on. None of these new platforms would pay this much. Again, she is making little bits of money on Kick. She's making little bits of money on TikTok. Not too much, little bits here and there. But I think the bulk of her money is through her feedies. I think she might have some feedies or funders behind the scenes that are paying for a lot of stuff. Obviously, they're paying for a lot of stuff. She got the scooter. She got the laptop. Where is this money coming from? It could be payday loans. Could be. But it could also be people like paying for stuff, buying her stuff. If she's doing fetish content again, she's making quite a bit of money from it. Her doing fetish content might be the entire reason why she's keeping on the abaya and the hijab. But you guys just saw the clips I just showed you. Obviously, she's catering to the adult baby people, acting like she's just sucking on a baby bottle. That's where her money's coming from, y'all. I'm telling you. My theory, though. Yup Yup says, what happened to your fall injury and ruptured boil limiting your mobility? Yeah, she says she's got a boil. I got my doubts. Because if she had a boil, she'd be screaming right about now, making that move. If she had a boil and she tried to bend over, she'd be screaming in absolute agony. I don't think she's got a boil. I think she just talking about it to have something to talk about, or maybe she's got some sicko in the audience that likes to hear about things like that. She can talk about having a boil because she doesn't have to prove she actually has one. Lolafied says, that's what Foodie Beauty gets for lying about her weight and splurging on stream for attention. The fupa is dangling. Mo Translate says, Foodie on the scooter. Let's watch. And again, is it me, y'all? Look, you guys can look for yourself. Yes or no? Does she or does she not look like a toddler on a tricycle? Does she or does she not look like a toddler on a tricycle? With a bottle. Gotta have the bottle. I mean, I don't know who you're catering to, Chantal, but they're sick. And you got the basket in front, just like a child. You are catering to some sick mofos.
My feet are like right up here. What do you think? I'm the king of the world. It's actually not that comfortable, but actually, yeah, it's not bad. I just have to ride like this. It's too cramped. There's not much leg room. Yeah.
Well, you want to get a cheap scooter. Cheap is as cheap does. People kept telling you, you need to get something a bit more expensive. You didn't want to listen.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, that's going to get annoying. Listen, I've never had one of those scooters. Is there a way to turn that beeping off? There's no reason for her to have that beeping on in the apartment or even in the store. Okay, enough with that beeping. I'm done with it. Enough with it. We're done here. Rubber Crazy Troll Band says, if Foodie Beauty didn't buy a $1,500 phone and a $550 laptop, she could have gotten a better mobility scooter. Agreed. But priorities. She needed her phone so she can get on live stream and look like she's actually talking to somebody off screen. She got to seem like a busy gal. Uh-oh. Today's years old says, I was today years old when I saw a turtle throw a temper tantrum. Uh-oh. Watch this.
Do that. Stop it. I want you to be a nice boy. Stop. Okay, you just can't make wise choices right now. Are you going to need her back in your house? Because I feel like your enclosure is calling your name because you're not being kind. No, don't do it. No. God.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here. I've seen other videos. Turtles do not like anything painted with the color black. I don't know why. Maybe if the couch were painted like another color besides black, the turtle wouldn't attack the couch. But they don't like black shoes or I don't know. It just, I have no idea. But this turtle's got beef with the couch.
No! God, Jesus! Okay, there's no stopping him. There's no freaking stopping him. Look at this. You gotta be kidding me.
I got to give credit to the turtle. It's strong. It's pushing the entire couch into the pool.
Seamus! You're gonna hit it into the pool again. Jesus. Seamus! Okay, you're going into your house because you can...
Madam, maybe if you paint the couch frame a different color, he would leave the couch alone. I'm just saying. But I have heard that turtles do not like furniture or shoes or even clothing painted black. I don't know what it is about that. Queen Jellybean says, this is exactly the kind of stuff I'd show online while trying to win back my 10-year younger man. If this doesn't yell, look what you're missing out on, then I don't know what does. This is the opposite of a revenge body and glow up. Yeah, but here's the crazy thing, y'all. Chantal was on TikTok recently, and guess who showed up talking to her on TikTok? He didn't cam up, but he did show up. Salah. I guess maybe she was sending him messages behind the scenes saying, you need to get on up here. But I was watching the conversation. Part of me was going like, what is he doing back here? Why is he still talking to her? He's away from her. Why can't he just let her go? But I listened. I listened to the conversation. It was just as awkward as it ever was. But you could also tell that they hadn't talked in a while. They really haven't talked in quite a while. So I found that part interesting. But Salah is hanging around. And I think it's because she is making money again. He's like a blowfly when it comes to money. She's got money. He's hovering around her. Oh, no. Cowboy Dog says, point of view, your Salah and your fat wife reminds you she shaved for movie night. Yeah. Have fun with that, Salah. Girl World Trash says, just a reminder, Girl World, that predatory loans were made for people like Chantal and Amber. I'm not saying that's how they're funding their lifestyles right now. Just putting this out there into the ether. Who knows where Chantal's getting her money? It could be payday loans. It could be loans from family. It could be some, like big bankroll feedies that are in the background paying for her stuff. She's getting the money from somewhere. Definitely get it from somewhere. And here's the scooter that Foodie just got. There's the mobility scooter. The weight capacity, 300 pounds. And Chantal told on herself and said that she's 100 pounds over that. So she's at least 430 pounds. Oh boy. Yeesh. Halloweenies Fugitive Badusi posted these pictures. What a difference filters make, eh? Interesting tidbit from Yup Yup saying lithium batteries can catch fire if damaged, overheated, or overcharged. Foodie Beauty. We know doggone well you'll likely do at least one of these things. You can't just charge it and forget it, or operate it when overloaded beyond its weight capacity. This should be great. Yeah, that's true. Lithium batteries can catch fire. Yes, lithium batteries can catch fire, often due to overheating, thermal runaway, caused by physical damage, manufacturing defects, or overcharging, leading to intense fires and explosions that are increasing in frequency and pose significant risks, note sources like the U.S. Fire Administration or AAA. Yes, a scooter lithium battery can catch fire, usually due to overheating, damage, or overcharging, leading to a dangerous chain reaction called thermal runaway, which can cause explosions, intense heat, and toxic smoke. While relatively rare if used correctly, fires are fueled by misuse, cheap or knockoff batteries, or manufacturing defects, and are difficult to extinguish. Proper handling, using certified charges, and avoiding damage are crucial to prevent these kinds of fires. And we know how stupid she is, so who knows what'll happen. Rubber Crazy Troll Band says, just leaving this here.
Video from like 4 years ago. Posted a recent video on Facebook, like a video from like 4 years ago. He never has anything. He's full of shit. Posted a recent video on Facebook, like a video from like 4 years ago. He never has anything. He's full of shit.
Yeah, okay. Moonbeam McSwine says, talking sea cucumber wants Red Lobster. Not the talking sea cucumber. No. Oh, Lord. You know, I can see the resemblance between Foodie and a sea cucumber. I can see it. Isn't that cannibalism? It, you know, like marine life eating other marine life. Isn't that cannibalism? Let's watch.
Okay, what's for dinner? Red Lobster sounds so good. Anyone got $100 for Red Lobster?
Okay, moving along. Day-to-day race. If you want to watch the Foodie Beauty and Salah interaction here, it's just that. Foodie Beauty chat recap. I might come back to that in a minute. Let's see if I got enough time. Enigma 2025 said that is not going to last and will immediately break. Did she not know the specs before she bought it? You can clearly see it's not going to fit her size. She will blame it on her being impulsive buying instead of using that money for BG. Mo Translate says, girl already got her scooter. While she is putting it together, she says, holy crap, this is not for fat people. You think?
Okay. Where's the part to put in this chair? I hope it's not this skinny thing. Yeah, it is. Okay. This looks so small. Holy shit. This is not for fat people. Okay, I gotta look up a tutorial. Wait. Mobility mirror. Charge it? Okay. Where's the part to put in this chair? I hope it's not this skinny thing.
Sorry. Yeah, you know what, Chantal? Look. You got a scooter with too small of a chair. When you were at the Canadian Villa, you had to get an XL sized gaming chair. And the mobility scooter chair is less than half of that. And you expect to put your big butt in that seat and that's going to be comfortable? Nah, I don't think so. Okay. Here's a wonderful clip from Crochet with Ashmay. Quote, I exceeded the weight limit by 100. I mean, we'll say 50 pounds. Never stop telling on yourself, cutie. And this is also courtesy of Miss Milky Chai. Let's watch.
My review, imagine. I exceeded the weight limit by 100. How much? 300? No.
100 pounds.
44, 50 pounds, we'll say.
I exceeded the weight limit by 100 pounds. Did we all hear that? Does that mean you're 450 pounds, Chantel?
What have I been saying? I've been telling y'all this. I think it's actually on the low side. I've been seeing Chantal's over 500 pounds. So we're getting closer to the real weight, y'all. She is, I bet you anything, she's 500 pounds plus. Bet me. Chantal just told on herself, if the weight limit is 330, and she said she's well over 100, 100 plus 330 is 430. She's about 500 pounds. Yeah, we did hear that, Milky. We heard it. And she recently told somebody she's 425 pounds, which I think that's a lie. She's much more than that. Add another 100 to that, you might get closer to the real weight.
My review, imagine. I exceeded the weight limit by 100. How much? 300?
What? 100 pounds. Yep. Okay. Enigma 2025 says, isn't it funny, too, that he wasn't showing up since that incident of him flirting until payday, which is in a few days. And she recently just said she was getting paid by TikTok and Kick. Now, all of a sudden, he calls in, which he's never done. This is from the TikTok live she did where he just popped himself up. So let's watch.
So what's up?
Julia here is laying down beside me.
Julia? Oh, jeez. Does she cuddle with you?
Now, before we get in deep into this, some people were pointing some stuff out. That the call was coming in crystal clear. Isn't it funny it was coming in crystal clear? Where were you really, Salah?
Or what?
Yes, always.
Aw, thank you for taking care of our baby. I miss her. Oh my goodness.
Of course, she's my baby too. Duh.
She's your baby too. Do you like BG? You like BG 13?
BG 15? Yeah.
BG 15.
Cute.
BG 15. Oh, this is so cool. Are we gonna battle sometime, or like whenever you get?
Yeah.
Look how nervous she is. How she's sitting there like a little giggling schoolgirl. Like, oh my God, I'm talking to him on the phone. She is so acting like a schoolgirl, and he's not even looking at her.
I'm just waiting for this stupid confirmation.
Yeah, it might take a day or something like that.
Come on.
People asking for beezer spray. Beezer spray.
Beezer spray?
They're asking for beezer spray. What are you gonna have for breakfast?
There's no chapati here. Of course. Full falafel, hummus.
Do you miss my royal breakfast sometimes?
This feels so scripted. This doesn't feel like a natural conversation between two people who have known each other for 3 years. Even after so long, Chantal, it feels so awkward between you two. This feels so staged. Like you're asking him questions and he's giving you answers based on his past experience with you. This doesn't feel like an organic conversation, even between friends. This feels like you texted him and said, you need to get your butt on TikTok or I'm not sending you any more money. I want to continue this relationship in my head, and you've got to play your part to let me continue this in my head. You got to give the impression to people that you still care about me and you still talk to me, because they're talking too much about the fact that there's a possibility you're not talking to me at all. So we have to squash that by you coming on TikTok and talking to me. So get your butt here if you want the money. That's what it felt like to me. Kelly says, this interaction makes me feel like Foodie Beauty and Salah don't talk as much as she claims. I think she might be making up their relationship in her head. Agreed. Let's listen.
So cool to be live with you. What do you think of all the stuff I'm doing, like the kick and everything? Do you watch my kick sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's not allowed to. It's in this country. Sometimes.
You know what? I could tell by like just watching her, she's fighting the urge to go into that baby voice. You could tell she really wants to go into that baby voice crap, which I absolutely hate. She gets around Salah and let me take y'all back to something that she said that y'all heard her say. She likes to think of Salah as her daddy and calling him dad. Like she's got daddy issues, twisted ones. But you can tell she's on TikTok and she wants to fall back into that.
So cool to be live with you. What do you think of all the stuff I'm doing, like the kick and everything? Do you watch my kick sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's not allowed to. It's in this country. Sometimes I have to use
Yeah.
VPN to.
By the way, y'all, him using a VPN where he is, that's illegal. Can't do that. Not allowed. So you're confessing to illegal behavior, Salah.
Watch. To see you here, and thank you guys for the gifts. Cookies, donuts.
By the way, Foodie, I don't know if you know this, but that could be a mistake. Him making a account on TikTok could be a mistake. Remember what happened the last time you brought a guy on social media? What happened? The last 2 times? What happened? Let's rewind the tape. You decided to bring Natter onto YouTube. What happened? You lost Natter to Didi, one of your own Beezers. And then you brought Salah onto YouTube with you. And then what happened? The whole Kybella thing happened. Now you want to bring him on TikTok. And you're encouraging him to make an account. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Remember, you're not in Syria with him. Or if he's in Kuwait, you're not in Kuwait with him. So he's got an entire TikTok account. And I'm sure you have no access to it. You got to imagine there's all kinds of people hopping in his DMs. All kinds of people saying all kinds of things. You sure it's a good idea to encourage him to come to TikTok? I mean, that could lead to all kinds of bad for you. Women talking to him, or if he gets mad at you, he could lay out all the dirt that we've been waiting for him to spill. And what are you going to do about it if that happens? What are you going to do? If he decides he wants to lay out all the dirt on TikTok, can you stop him? Do you have the ability to stop him? No. You cannot stop him on TikTok. So it could lead to other women talking to him, which I'm sure you're not going to like. It could lead to him spilling the dirt. Like this idea of him coming to TikTok and turn around on you.
Thank you, guys.
It was nice hearing your voice again.
That comment. It was nice hearing your voice again. She just told on herself. They don't talk that much. He barely talks to her. You don't make a comment like that unless you're talking to somebody you haven't talked to in a long time.
Merci beaucoup. Shukran jazilan.
Daddy.
Yep, that he's barely speaking to you. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, Enigma 2025 says not only were they illegally living together, but breaking the law by using a VPN. It's no wonder why they escaped so fast from the authorities in Kuwait. You'd think he would try to live quietly in Syria, but says he continues to break laws by using VPNs. So big no-no, Salah. You're using VPNs over there in Syria. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. Enigma 2025 says she's definitely not talking to Salah every day, nor is he paying her bills by their interaction on Kick. He can't legally watch her in Syria, so how would he know what she's doing? He said he uses a VPN. Everything she says are lies. Well, rule number one, Chantal lies. Debbie's World says Salah says he's cold, that the house is not warm. It doesn't have central heat like she has, that he keeps getting sick because he's freezing. He's not paying her bills. He's hoping that she helps him pay his bills. It's not the other way around. Exactly. So if he's in Syria, he's in a freezing cold house. He's not paying her bills. How could he pay her bills? She's paying his bills. Okay. Aliyah Sultana says Foodie Beauty got upset because Salah got over 1,000 followers on TikTok within minutes. It's their new scam, though. You get to send them both gifts and they pocket the money. Don't y'all fall for it. I don't know if they're splitting the money, though. I don't know. I don't know what the scam is, but I don't think Salah would be giving her the money for the gifts. Enigma 2025 says, so she just told on herself without telling on herself out loud that she doesn't speak to Salah because she says it was nice hearing his voice again, and they're talking like they haven't spoken in months. And this clip is courtesy of Mr. Pulpy Syntax. Hello, Pulpy.
Miss you and Julia. Hey, Nina, yes. We miss you, Salah.
Madame said it's Bruce Lee, I think. Yes. What up? Ooh.
Yeah. What is it? Is it Taekwondo? No. What's the type of karate? Uh-oh. Oh. Thank you so much, Cowboy Hat. I'm going to call you Captain. Thank you for the gifts. Aw. Kung Foodie.
I lost connection. You were asking me a Bruce Lee style, Kung Fu, Jeet Kune Do.
Oh, Jeet Kune Do, yeah.
And his teacher was using
Yvonne, very that.
the style of Wing Chun.
Wing Chun. Oh, yeah. IP man.
IP man, yes. Ni hao.
Ni hao. Konnichiwa. No, that's Japanese. Never mind. I don't know any Asian language like you know.
These are honestly the riveting like conversations that we missed out on while they were together.
Right, Pulpy. Chantal gets with men and she swears that they have long, deep conversations. Girl, where? Where are these long, deep conversations? This is just a snippet of how they talk in private. It doesn't sound like they have long, deep conversations. It's a very dull Q&A.
In Kuwait and Syria.
Donuts. Thank you, guys.
It was nice hearing your voice again.
So what? They just didn't send voice notes or call?
Nope. No, they sure didn't. They sure did not. Kelly says, if Salah was paying Foodie Beauty's bills, wouldn't he already know everything about them? Just keep telling on yourself, cutie. Let's watch.
It's not really that too expensive in this building. Like my utility, I got a utility bill for the month was $80 Canadian for like for the water, electric, and everything. So not bad.
Oh, so you already paying for all these services?
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, you have to pay every month. But
Yeah. So like, why is she telling about these bills if he's already paying her bills? Why? I thought that Salah was helping you out, Foodie. I guess he's not. But we already knew that. You didn't have to tell us that, but thanks for the confirmation. And Boho Chic says Salah is on TikTok as a mod. Where is he at? I'm looking for him. Where? Oh, there he is. So he's a mod on our channel. Okay. So those two are not done. They're not done with each other. She keeps flip-flopping between, he's my ex-husband, we're still legally married, doesn't turn in the paperwork. Yet, as your husband, he goes months without talking to you. Business partners. I think they're just business partners. Nana Spike T says, just saw this part. If they talk so frequently, why is she acting so giddy? Because absence makes the heart grow fonder? Or in Foodie's place, makes her hornier? She's giddy because she hasn't talked to him in a while, and she's just getting drunk off the sound of his voice, and he's giving her attention. That's what happens when she gets wrapped around a man and she gets deprived of attention. Once they give it to her, she gets drunk off of it. Enigma 2025 says Salah isn't a resident of Kuwait either and can't have a business in his name. So obviously she gave him money. Like with Nader and Pete, she made all the men she was with quit their job to control them. Let's watch the clip.
You know, even married, I'm not a resident of Kuwait. I cannot be on a loan there. Call the fucking place yourself. I cannot be on a loan. He needs to show his bank account. His family is not rich. His dad has been retired. They give him shit all. He's not rich. He has his own fucking money. We loved each other. Even if I'm fat and a mess, if that makes you angry, deal with it yourself. Who gives a shit anymore? Yeah, I told him to quit a crappy job, even though he just got promoted to manager.
But why would you do that? Why would you encourage him to quit his job? That seems to be a pattern with you, Foodie. Rolling everything all the way back. When you moved into the villa with Pete's, he had a job. He had money. He had good credit. That is how you got into the villa in the first place. Pete's name was on the lease, not yours. You needed Pete's, his good credit, and his name to get into the villa because you had a bankruptcy on your record. BB kicked you out. You wanted a place to stay. You had bad credit. You had a bankruptcy. So you went running to your BFF Pete's to help you get a place. I remember the story. Pete's was trying to be reasonable and look for places within his budget to live in. You saw the places and you said, quote, I'm not going to live in those dumps. You found a place you liked, but you couldn't get into it by yourself. So you simply asked Pete's to use his credit and his name and his job history to get into the place, which is exactly what happened. Then once the two of you got in the villa, you were hounding the crap out of him for him to quit his job and join you on YouTube. Once he either quit his job or got laid off or lost his job, for a while you were content because you had control of him. But then after a while, you became very resentful of his company. You're rolling your eyes whenever he'd walk in the room. Like once you got control of Pete's, there was no more challenge. And then you got with Nader. And you were giving him money so that he didn't work, so that he would spend time with you. Then there's Salah. I guess Salah had a job and was making money. You encouraged him not to work. You encourage all of your men not to work because you want them financially dependent on you just so you can be financially abusive to them. You can control them. You control people with money. You don't want a man in your life to be independent of you. You want them codependent. So how do you make them codependent? Make sure they have no other source of income. So they have a choice whether to walk away or to stay. You want them to stay.
I wanted him to because that was our goal. That was our dream. Sometimes you should pursue your dreams. And we made more money on the couples channel. Or just about the same. That's our business. Why are you going over the past? Oh my gosh, my delivery. Because that was our goal. That was our dream. Sometimes you should pursue your dreams. And we made.
I don't think it was his dream. I think that Salah, he wanted a life where he wanted to be successful. He was looking for some quick, easy path to success. And maybe he thought Foodie was it. Maybe he thought that she was the golden road because she had a YouTube channel and she was making money. And maybe she sold him down the river with a dream of like, stick with me, kid. I know what I'm doing. Just follow my lead and you'll make more money than you've ever made and you'll be very successful. And he believed her. He was an idiot for believing her, but he believed her. He wants a large life and he doesn't want to work hard to get it. Well, there's a price to pay for hooking your wagon to the wrong person. He paid it.
More money on the couples channel, or just about the same. That's our business. Why are you going over the past? Oh my gosh, my delivery driver is called Salah. I'm not even joking. Salah is approaching with your order. Oh my god, did he drop it off in the lobby? I'm gonna reverse the tip.
Oh, you are what? What? Wow, you bitch. So that is so wrong. That is so wrong. Somebody takes the call, they deliver your food, and because they put it in the lobby, and all you got to do is just get in the damn elevator and go downstairs and get it, you're going to take their tip away? When they drove all the way there, they spent their gas money to get the food to you. You're going to take the tip away? You are a bitch for that.
I'm only kidding, by the way. I won't reverse the tip.
Yeah, no, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. Whenever you say, I'm just kidding, you're not kidding. I remember what you used to do back in the villa, Foodie. You would order food off of Postmates or Uber Eats. You would eat half the food, and then you would call it in to get a refund to get free food, which in my mind is complete theft. You are a thief. You were stealing from restaurants. You were stealing from places of business, getting the free food, getting your belly fed, but stealing from places. And you're still doing it. That's why you won't go to restaurants, because you can't pull that scam. But it is wrong to do that, Foodie. It is wrong to steal from people who are delivery drivers. Do you know that Uber Eats and Postmates, they don't pay that much? Have some courtesy. Have some courtesy. People spending their time and their gas to get you your doggone food, and you're going to take their tip money away? You are a bitch, ma'am.
You can't do that anyway.
Fucking rude. I'm sorry, that makes me mad. Like I get Postmates and I have things delivered to me because I don't have a vehicle, but appreciate people, Foodie. Appreciate the courtesy of other people. Don't be such a jerk that you're taking their tip money away. You're over there spending $600 on a laptop, and you're spending $1,200 on all kinds of stuff, and you're going to take somebody's tip money away? Girl, no, absolutely not. Sarah Abbey says, Foodie Beauty treating her mobility scooter the same as the men who reject her. She's too heavy for the scooter, but thinks she can force herself it to work. She does the same with men. They reject her, and she says, if I can just get into his house, he will continue showing up. Yep. She's a forcer. She's a forcer. Engineer says, this cow thinks it's a horse. Haha, so cute and acrobatic. So I guess the cow was brought up with horses, and it's things like, whatever you can do, I can do better. And it does. Look, the cow's like, you can jump, I can jump. What? Put me in the races. I'll win the race for you. Good job, cow. And this moment happened. Enigma 2025 says, I thought she wasn't showing anything about her health again. Lolafied says, Foodie Beauty using her bad health as content. She took her weight, her temperature, showing a bag of bloody covered tissues. Ew. From her boils while laughing it off. This isn't monetization material. This is boasting about eating herself to blank. You know what, Foodie? If you did all that, and I do believe you did all that because the clip is right here. I don't want to show because that's just disgusting, showing bloody, nasty bandages. Don't you say anything ever again about people talking about your health when you showcase your health. Maybe for some freaks in your audience who have that kind of fetish. That's disgusting. Carolyn's mentality says banger, and now you can't, Chantal. Good for you. Acadia Strong says, let's remind her how she gets her men again. This is an older clip of Foodie, and it's quick, so let's watch.
List that I can get and pay for any man I want. List that I can get and pay for any man I want. List that I can get and pay for any man I want.
Yep, and that's how she gets her men. She pays for them. It's all about the money. But you're so desired, right, Foodie? You're so desired. But if you're so desired, why do you have to pay men? Why aren't they paying you? Why aren't they paying your way? Why aren't they paying your bills? Taking you on trips, girl. What about that? What about that? Ew. Yup says Foodie Beauty showing her bloody pus-filled boil bandages wasn't how I expected to spend my Saturday. Let's move along. Let's move it along. What else we got here? Okay, interesting as F, saying street-like technician wage per hour. Well, anybody that makes fun of anybody else changing light bulbs for a living, that's actually a good paying job. Oh, they make like what? $17 an hour just changing light bulbs? That's all they do is change light bulbs. That's it. Easy job. How about that? And this interesting tidbit. Kelly says, when she was asked if she sent Salah money, she claimed that there was no way to do it, but now all of a sudden Salah can send her money. Foodie Beauty, you're a lying, scamming blank. Nobody wants him. Let's watch.
He was only with her for money, as he's paying my bills this month, but whatever. Y'all can think what you want.
But wait. We just saw a clip where you were having to tell Salah about your bills and your rent, like he didn't know. But in this clip, you're saying he does pay your bills and rent. But why in the other clip were you acting like he didn't pay? So which is it? Does he pay or doesn't he pay? Make up your mind.
He was only with her for money, as he's paying my bills this month, but whatever. Y'all can think what you want.
Actually, he's helping me with my rent this month. Thank you very much. He's helping me with my bills. Okay? Why? Because he loves and cares about me as a person. Boomer, does it matter? It's not your business how he's sending it or how he's having someone send it to me. Wouldn't you like to know? Go invent some stories. He's getting someone from Kuwait to do it.
Nobody's stealing my man. Nobody steals my man.
Nobody wants him. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. No one, anywhere. No one, any place. All right, guys, you know what? I'm going to cut it off here. Just want to do like a quick recap of some of the tweets for those of you that like to just hear for the tweets. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm going to go get busy looking to see what else Foodie's up to, see what else might be reactable so I can catch up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you to all the wonderful people on Twitter that are putting out the tweets and the peeps. See y'all later, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.